Good evening, everybody. Live on Facebook, Tuesday Night Live election edition. And man, I hope you guys are here. I hope you tune in. Well, you can watch us, you can watch the presidential election, and we'll just talk about it together. How about that? So, anyway, waiting on my good friends, my best friends, to get on here. Looks like Trump just won Wyoming, Harris just won Colorado. It's a close race. Let's go. And I'm waiting on you. There you go. There's some people showing up. I'm just letting people know. I'm going to be by myself tonight. Michael's not here. Probably a quick show. We probably won't stay the whole hour because we're all going to be watching TV. I don't know how how interested you are in talking about deer when you're glued to the television and it's the 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 future of our country is on the line, right? So, anyway, Jimmy Carroll's here. I'm hoping it just kind of feels weird in here. I'm hoping that my internet stays stable. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Jimmy's here. Tony's here. Says Happy Tuesday. And hey, we just got out of quota hunts here in Kentucky. So, let us know how it went. Tommy's here. Tommy Boy, it's a good movie. Tommy's son just got a good deer out in Western Kentucky. Oh, it sounds weird in this room. Chris, my man, I've been waiting to hear from our friend Molly. She's not texting me back. Tell her to text me back. Let's see. Jimmy says it's like a divorce hearing. We were waiting to see who gets custody of us for the next 4 years. I've had enough of that, Jim. I've had enough of that. Done with it. Don't want any more. Daniel says not too happy with the antler builder new. Oh, Daniel, we gotta keep that off here, buddy. Daniel, come on. You are happy with it. Okay, just keep that. Bring it down, Dan. Come on now. Joe Carter's here. Joe, I saw your message. Said, "Are you going live?" And yes, here I am, Joe. I need a haircut, guys. It's been a long week. Michael Powers, PK is here. Keep us posted on the election polls, please. All right. So here's the thing. I want you to. Mike said he is not going to be able to make it tonight. Nope. Joe, no Mike tonight. Here's what I want to know. How many of you, if you would rather talk about deer hunting, put a deer emoji, right? We're trying to get as many comments as we can. So if you want to talk about deer hunting, put a deer emoji in the comments. If you want to talk about who's winning, I'm pointing to my TV over here. You can't see it. If you want to talk about who's winning, who's going to be the president, put an American flag emoji in the comments. If you want to talk about both, just put both, a deer and an American flag emoji in the comments, and we'll go for it. Josh, I saw your picture. Josh, I get so many text messages and Facebook messages and other social media messages a day that I just don't have time to reply. But I did see, gosh, I got a lot on here. I did see, Josh, your daughter, the picture you sent me of your daughter, and I'm going to send it to my Facebook page so we can show it at the end of the show. And you'll have to give us some info on that, Josh. I'm sending it to myself right now. Anyway, let's keep going. John, when are you coming to the shop? Jim, I need to come probably. I really need to next week. I'm going. This weekend's gun season in Kentucky. I feel like my setup is just a little weird. It's driving me nuts. It's gun weekend, opening weekend of gun season in Kentucky. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm going to go down to Laurel County, Daniel Boone National Forest. I know there's good deer down there. Just got to find them. Hopefully they're chasing down there this weekend. It's going to be warm. Gosh, the weather. I've seen so many people. I think maybe I'll look at my shirt. Just representing old school tonight. I think I've seen a lot of people complaining about the weather for this weekend. Guys, it just sucks, right? It's too warm. It's November. It's not October. It's November 5th, and it was warm today. And I need it to drop about 30 degrees so we can get out there and just be a little cold. I don't want it to be in the teens, right? Some of you are like, the colder the better. Just give me like low 40s, just a nice chill, just a nice enough so you can see your breath in the air. but it's just too warm. This 78 nonsense is ridiculous. Jim says that let's talk about deer. Josh says deer. Oh, nobody wants to talk about the election. Really? Mike wants to talk about he put a squirrel in there. Joe says the rut is definitely kicking in. PK's headed to Yellow Bank. That's a heck of a WMA this weekend. Come by and drop off. Take my ride to work. Jim, I'm going to. I promise. So Jim works at S&S Tire. Got me a little. Hey, listen, one thing. Oh, speaking of hats, listen. One of our own is in an election tonight, and we got to keep tabs on that. Our good buddy, Mike Tackett, is running for re-election for Wheelwright City Commissioner. Man, they've put him through it, too. They've absolutely put him through it. They've been making posts about him on left and right, making fun of the guy. I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. But I've not seen. Gary says he thinks Bub won. Listen, I hope he did. Who won last week's hat, Joe? I don't remember. I got to go back and look, but I didn't mail it, Joe. I know that. I forgot. I've been so busy with work. Let's see. Who won? Hey, listen, I see y'all. Oh, gosh, it's loud. I see Josh Wilson, Roger Curtis, Doug Clayton watching over on my page. Fellas, if you want me to see your comments, come on over to this side. Come on over to the Eastern Outdoors Media page. Josh Wilson, you should know that. This has been like 4 weeks in a row. You should know that. Let's look up. You guys, you all know Bub. Let's look up Bub. We don't have to talk about Joe and Kamala and Trump. Tony won. Yeah, Tony won. Tony, I got you too, brother. I got you too. We don't have to talk about those guys. We can talk about Bub, our own friend here. I got to see if he won. He's supposed to send me a hat that says Bub Tackett, Wheelwright Commissioner. The live has been shared. Thanks, Jim. Hey, listen, here's the deal. All of you on Facebook, probably a good majority of your Facebook friends, they like to hunt, right? They like to fish. They like to be outdoors, maybe hike, maybe camp. We like all those things. Share it on your page. Let them know that we're here on Tuesdays. They can be part of the conversation. They don't have to sit and watch. They get to participate. William Hanson Begg is back. Says, let's talk about raccoons. Let's talk about them, William. You have 30-pound raccoons taking over your property, William. What are you going to do about it? You know, I saw a funny video before I got on here when I said that. It was Mike Tyson. And, Mike Tyson is just – he's Mike Tyson, right? He said everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. But somebody asked him who he's voting for. He said he's voting for Trump. The guy said, why? And he said, what are you going to do about it? What if Mike Tyson says, what are you going to do about it, right? So Bub can't be on here because he's over on TikTok. He's live on TikTok right now. He's trying to steal my airtime here. Thank you. Here's what Bub said. Thank you, Wheelwright, Kentucky, for voting for future. I promise that the four of us will work together. Okay, so Bub Tackett, guys, I'm going to make sure he gets on the live so we can all congratulate him. Okay, I'm going to text him right now. We got to support our own. If nothing else, we have to support our own. Bub is a good friend. He's part of this outdoors community. So congratulations, Bub. Come on the live. And I want to talk to you about an issue, okay? Do we have anyone here from Eastern Kentucky? Do we have anyone on here from Eastern? If you're from Eastern Kentucky, just raise your hand in the chat. Let me know, because this is not me just blowing smoke. There's a real issue that Bub has over in Wheelwright that all of us, especially Eastern Kentuckians, should care about, because it is restricting hunting opportunities for the people in Wheelwright. That Bub he worked it out. He got it open. He got it. Tyson will still I hope he takes Jake Paul's head off, Joe. That's like in 10 days. But Bub worked really hard to get these gates open in Wheelwright so people could have more hunting opportunities there. It's like 600 acres of land that was landlocked. It's a part of a WMA. And then after he did that, 3 other people on the city council voted to lock the gates, and now no one can go hunt that property anymore. And that's serious to me, because if anything, we need more hunting opportunities in Kentucky. We need more public land. We need more places to go. We need to be able to not have to spend $3,000 a year on a hunting lease, but be able to go. And this is land that can be gun hunted. There's not many public places where you can hunt with a gun. It's a land that has bears, turkeys, deer, maybe possibly even elk. So this is a great area, and his local government there has shut it down. They've locked the gates. Bub's trying to get the gates open back up, and I just think we need to put a little pressure. I think we just need to be a voice and say, look, you can't do people like that. You got to give them hunting opportunities. So that is a legitimate, serious concern that I want people to rally behind. Even if you don't live in Wheelwright, you never know. We might hold camp there one day. We might go up there and hunt one day. Who knows? But anyway, oh man, who was able? I want to know how your quota hunts went before we talk about the rut, because we talked about the weather and we're all sad about that. But I just want to know who was able to go quota hunting this weekend. I was drawn for the December 7th and 8th quota hunt at Kleber and Rich, I believe. I'm almost certain there. How did your quota hunt go? Send the link. Oh, I told Bub to come on the live, and he said sending the link. This guy's wanting to come on. Guys, should I let Bub on tonight and to talk with us? Let's vote right now. Yes or no? Should I send Bub the link to join the live, or should he just be a participant like you guys? Because you guys aren't talking a whole lot except Joe, and he's just trying to get something for free. I know what he's doing. What do you think? Should I let Bub on the live tonight? Yes. Okay. Sure. Joe's like, I don't care. I'm just here for the giveaway. Hold on, Bub. I don't know how to do it. What do y'all think? Greg says yeah. He's just happy, guys. You know, he's just happy. Oh, listen, I got something else to tell you about Bub. You guys may have seen it. Do you guys remember last week, maybe the week before, Bub was on here and he was talking about he had an out of zone elk coming into his feed site. You guys remember that? Poor elk got hit by a truck. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. But Bub had a chance to kill an elk out of the zone, and the poor thing got hit by a truck and ruined his chance. So that sucks. It's not funny. It's just a little comical. Scott Butler's here. Scott says, "What's up, Scott? How you feeling? When you going back to have your surgery?" Scott's got to have open heart surgery again. And Scott, we are praying for you, and we love you. My screen's doing something weird. I've been so stressed over this election. I'm just glad it's over tonight. I think we all are probably feeling that way, right? So after tonight, no more ads. No more ads about Kamala and Trump. Guys, my computer. Can y'all see that? Oh no, my computer's. Can you see it like glitching, like flashing? Y'all see that too? There it went again. Anyway, yeah, I think all of us. And here's the thing: how are you going to respond? If your person wins, right? It's time to get to work. If your person wins, I'm guessing most of you are on the same side. If your person wins, it's let's get these gas prices down. Let's get these groceries down, right? You know, those things. Look, I travel a lot to hunt different places. I've been to Western Kentucky twice. I've been to Eastern Kentucky once. You know, a lot of WMAs I hunt are an hour from my house. That affects my hunting. I need gas prices to go down. My computer is doing something weird. Hey, guys, can we give a virtual hand clap?
What's up?
Michael Bub Tackett. Hey, listen, here's how much they care about Bub in Wheelwright. They put Bud Tackett on the ballot. They didn't even put Bub.
You like my name?
That, or you know what? When I used to teach kids, Bub, one of the biggest mistakes is they get their B's and their D's turned around. Yeah. And maybe Wheelwright they voted down. They voted no on Amendment 2. So that public education better pick up because they can't even spell right.
Well, I may be part of the reason they voted no on that. like me and you had that talk.
Yes, today, bub. I voted.
If I was you,
I knew I was losing.
If I was you, I would have voted yes.
Gary said, "Congratulations, bud." They couldn't even spell the man's name right. No respect for him, but he won. I just didn't know who got the most votes out of all the city council people. Did you get the most?
Yeah. High vote getter again.
The last time Bub got the most votes, Andy Bashir screwed him out of being a commissioner on Fish and Wildlife. Is that true or not?
Yes, that's 100% true.
So let's tell this story real quick. Bub was going to be the District 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, one of those.
He was going to be a district. He was going to be a district commissioner for Kentucky Fish and Wildlife. He was going to give up his seat as city commissioner, right?
Yes.
For the good of the state of Kentucky, to be a commissioner for Fish and Wildlife to help us with our resources. He blew the competition away. They had 5 nominees. Bub doubled second place.
Yes.
Andy Bashir had the opportunity to choose Bub as a commissioner for Fish and Wildlife, and Andy blew it.
Yep. Actually, the commissioner they actually went with was the lowest of the 5.
Oh, it's all about the money. Yeah. It's all about the money. You just follow the money. It's crooked politics in Kentucky.
Do you like my glasses tonight?
Can we vote on Bub's glasses? Let's give a thumbs up or thumbs down. It makes him look, he's not quite 40, but it's putting him in the 40 range, I feel.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? March. But no, I'll just be honest with you. My hometown spoke tonight, and they spoke loudly.
There you go.
And, now, come January, our R&H public hunting access will no longer be landlocked.
Are you sure? All right, so I was telling them about it before you got on here. So there's 600 acres of prime WMA that you worked really hard to open up.
Yes. I reached, it was, bipartisan opening the gate. And then I tell some people our financial state in the city and some other things, and they all get mad at me and close the gate back for personal reasons. One person had a personal reason to close that gate. And
so is that person still on the city council?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
he will not be in January. And the person that voted with him will not be in January.
So you feel like it in the city of Wheelwright. How many people live in Wheelwright?
I think we ended up voting over 300, but I think we have 500 some registered.
Look at that. Have y'all ever seen the show Parks and Rec? Bub is working his way up. He's going to be mayor of Wheelwright, and then he's going to be like the representative of Floyd County, and you're just going to keep working your way up, Bub.
Yeah. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I definitely got to find a 4-year office. And I'm going to tell you why I got to find a 4-year office. I've been in a tree stand 3 times. 3 times after working this election.
Were you there this week?
I hunted, yeah. So I hunted Sunday. I hunted Saturday evening. How was it? No, I hunted Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And then I hunted my last days off. And I leave out in the morning to go to work. So I'm hoping when I get off work, I'll hunt Ohio.
Give us Joe said you're in Fleming County. Bub's in Floyd County.
Yeah, I'm in Floyd County.
Give us a Eastern Kentucky Floyd County rut report. What were you seeing this weekend?
High temperatures.
Sucks, right?
I found scrapes that have been cleaned out, but those, like, I ended up going to Lawrence County on Sunday, but I hunted Floyd County 2 days and I didn't see a deer. Now I went to Lawrence County on Sunday. And I got my stand at 5:15, and I had my target deer in the corn pile at 5:30, and nothing I could do. And I ended up taking a doe at about 11:30.
Oh yeah, that is right. I saw that.
Yeah,
get your animals in line here, bub. So I was telling him.
Yeah.
What happened, bub?
Morgan, turn that light back on.
Oh.
Gosh, come on, Morgan.
Morgan,
Get
come
with it.
home. Morgan,
We're
come
celebrating an election win here, Morgan.
home. Morgan, come home from cheer practice.
So listen, bub. I told everyone that the elk that you were after got hit by a truck.
Yeah, he got. So I was hunting an elk that was out of zone in Lawrence County. Had a collar on, everything. And sure enough, a few days ago, I wasn't actually hunting it. I was trying to get it regular on the property where I could hunt it.
Yeah.
And the second I did, I was going to get, I was going to hunt it. But I never got it regular on the property. But it eventually ends up getting killed by a car on Route 23.
Man, what a sad story.
Yeah.
What a sad story.
And first people were saying that ain't it, but it's got the collar, it's got the tag, and it's here. It's legit.
Yeah.
It's the 5x5 elk that I wanted.
All right, well, bub, we'll let you go. Sounds like your house. Are they throwing you a party?
Yeah. Well, you hear Morgan?
All I heard. I mean, it was just sound like I don't know.
Yeah, you don't
Is
need
he
it.
on his hunting live?
Yeah, that's John.
Hey, John, you know one time Bud broke up with me over commenting on his live?
Morgan, you got millions of people listening and watching right now.
Hey, listen, they'll love me. I should have my own talk show.
Okay, well, listen.
Guys, how would you feel if your girlfriend, let's be clear, girlfriend, just stormed in there and just started commenting? That's so embarrassing.
Oh yeah, I had a live for the 606, and she.
Oh yeah, I told him we were waiting on you to get on here, and I said, "Well, heck, he's over there on TikTok."
Yeah.
But
anyway,
all right, bub. Hey, we love you, brother. Congratulations.
I love
Make
y'all.
Feel Right great again.
Yep. Good luck, guys.
See you, man.
See you, man.
All right, look there, local celebrity on Bub. No doubt embarrassed by his fiance running in there. Gosh, all right, let's talk about what you guys are doing, because I feel like I'm talking, Bub was talking, you guys aren't. I've seen over the last couple of years places like, I don't know, Deer and Deer Hunting, Field and Stream, North American Whitetail, all these deer hunting articles and riders, they survey people. What is the best day to hunt during the rut? Now, what you will see, if you Google this, you will see a lot of people say these next 2 days, November 6th, November 7th, are their favorite days to be in the woods. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like this is the prime time, even though the rut doesn't change based on weather or based on anything else. It is the same time every year according to your location, right? Like Alabama has like a late rut, but in Kentucky, the rut is here every year. Now, the peak rut is like November 13th, but people say this early, as it starts to increase, as it starts to climb, November 6th, November 7th, November 8th is when the best days to hunt. So how are you guys feeling? I mean, it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Are you guys off on vacation this week? Are you getting out there in the morning? Are you waiting until this weekend? What does it look like for you guys? I want to know. Throw that out in the comments. We'll throw it on the screen. Let's let people comment on it. Let people talk about it. Also, hey, it's 9:26. Shoot me some pictures, right? Tommy Bowen sent a picture of his son who killed his first deer. Josh Teeter's daughter killed a really nice buck this weekend. Tony Rittenauer says, if anyone plans to hunt Fort Knox quota hunt weekends, don't wait until last minute to make sure all of your paperwork is up to date. We are expecting long lines of people trying to update their account next week. Tony, I have a question for you. So I need to add a firearm to my registration, and the hunt is in 11 days, November 16th. I'll probably be there the 17th. I need to add a firearm. The only license, you got to put your ID on the form. Well, my ID, I'm waiting on it. I had to get a new one. Only one I have is a temporary ID. It's on a big piece of paper. What can I do? Can I just take a photocopy of that, put it on there? can I use my one that's not expired? I have a picture of it. It's not expired. I lost it. I had to replace it. What I need to do, Tony, I need to get it in ASAP. I don't care to drive it out there and do what I got to do, but I need to really get that in. So give me your advice. Casey says best days November 7th and 8th. Hard to argue with that. Deer still going to be doing what they do. Absolutely. Jeff says November 12th through 18th. Gary says the 7th. Joe says I'll be out tomorrow. With the rain and temperature drop. Is it supposed to drop tomorrow, Joe? I thought it was going to be like in the 70s all week. Am I wrong on that? I hope so. Josh says the rain will get them on their feet tomorrow. Joe says he likes all of November. Jim says last Sunday I was in my stand, had 2 different 8-pointers come out between 15 and 25 yards, not one doe. All right. So it was 82 degrees today. Good Lord, 82 on November 5th. What is going on here? Tomorrow, a slight drop to 78. Friday and Saturday, it's going to drop to the lower 70s. But the next good day is going to be next weekend. The 15th, 16th, 17th is going to be the low of 37 on the 15th. That might be the day. Look, if you read the science and the data, it doesn't say that deer move according to weather, according to temperature. But almost every hunter will tell you they see more deer when it's cold. Maybe they just hunt more when it's cold. I don't know. It feels like deer season when it's cold. Well, I don't know. I go back and forth on that. Gary says he's off next week, headed to Ohio. Low of 48 Saturday. Can't wait for the cool down. Absolutely. I won't be home till Sunday. Was in the stand last Saturday. Had 7 bucks come through, but none were James's target bucks. Doctor told me to go hunt. I'm like, okay, you got any land I can hunt? He didn't say a word. Well, you know what? Those doctors, just all about themselves, aren't they? Marcus says November 9th through 11th, and the second weekend of gun has always been best for me. You know, that's the thing. When you go out there this weekend, first weekend of gun season, there's going to be orange everywhere, every pull off, you're going to see trucks and trailers and side-by-sides and four-wheelers and men and kids and orange and rifles. But if you just go next weekend, a lot less of that, right? A lot less people, a lot less orange, a lot less rifles. Now, if you're like me, I even considered not getting out a rifle, but just getting out my bow, going to an archery-only WMA. You don't even have to wear orange on those. We've talked about it many times. That's the truth. You don't even have to wear orange. And, on some WMAs that I think are really prime this time of year. Tony says, call Weapons Registration Visitor. The phone number is on Fort Knox. Once you get it approved, we can update your iSports account. I will call them tomorrow, Tony. I've been meaning to call them for a week, Tony. I've just been slammed at work. And, let's see. Josh says, I called this weekend the pumpkin patch. Yep, there you go. It's just orange everywhere. You're right about that. Is this the official election update stream? Well, it looks like Pennsylvania is too close to call. The overall election, too close to call. Trump needs 75 electoral votes, and Harris needs more than that. So there you go. There's your update. Steve, get your news from me. I did not freeze. Yellowbank WMA. I'll have my boat this weekend. Jim says, have a great rest of the week. Any wait to hear and see all the harvest. Oh, can't wait to hear and see all the harvest picks this weekend. Stay safe, shoot straight. All good. Thanks, Scott. I didn't think I froze. My computer's been doing something weird. I'm going to have to upgrade eventually. All right. Yeah, Steve, I don't know, man. I'm Trump's ahead in Virginia, still too close to call. Who do you guys think, for real? Who do you think? I've talked to people all day. I work with a bunch of guys, everyone there for the most part. You know, we work with trucks. Gas prices go down. We're going to do better. You know, everybody at my work is obviously for the most part a Trump fan. Who do you guys really think is going to win, though? Like, it's still too close to call. We don't know any more now than we did before. Do you really think he's going to? I don't know, man. I am so on the fence. Now I know who I want to win, right? Now you guys are posting in the comments. I don't even have to say it, but it's I just don't know. Either way, we're just gonna keep working hard. Just do what we do. Virginia wasn't even supposed to be close, so Trump is trending better. Yeah, um, it's crazy. Joe says he has to have the meat. Now that's one part of this is, dude, groceries are so expensive. If you process deer, now look, if you kill a deer and then you pay $150 for it to be processed, that's fine. You're probably still paying less for that than you are beef at the store. But if you process it yourself, I mean, that's free groceries right there. And so, not that I just went grocery shopping tonight, but it'd be nice to cut back on some of that protein and just use deer. Do you guys kill does during the rut? You heard Bub say that he killed a doe this weekend, and if I see a doe this weekend, she's done. If I make a good shot. And do you guys kill does during the rut, or you just leave them there? See, I just can't imagine that there's many people. Steve, man, come on. There's some crazies out there. There's some crazies out there. Joe does not kill. There's Dwayne. I can always count on Dwayne. He's a killing machine. Dwayne kills him anytime. Not until late in the year. Not until December. Yeah, I think I'm just going to. Sorry, I got to move. I think if I go away this weekend with 2 does and no buck, I'm cool with that. Same as Dwayne. I usually try to wait until I know there isn't a buck behind her. Well, yeah. I mean, if the doe's running, just wait a minute, right? She's running from something. I was listening to a guy the other day. I can't think of what his name was, but he said even during the rut, if you take out does, like let's say you're on private land, you're just creating more competition for your bucks. And even during the rut, taking out does and getting that ratio closer to 1 doe, 1 buck is going to help kill a mature buck during the rut. A lot of folks don't even believe that killing a mature buck is the best time to do that because they're just a little smarter. The younger bucks are going to be running wild, just a little smarter. James has a question here. James says, are you killing that old nanny or a doe that's a year or 2 old? I think everybody would rather kill the older, bigger doe, but I don't know if we're really particular. Are you guys particular on which doe you're killing? Steve says, one less doe for them to be locked down with. Right. Keep them searching on their feet. Doe patrol this weekend for Virgil. Now, Virgil, you're going to Peabody this weekend. Is that right? I think Virgil's going to Peabody this weekend. That'll be fun. Talk about a pumpkin patch. Whoever said that. Goodness gracious. Peabody's going to look like the Orange Army out there. Let's see here. Any size. That's true. I've seen some Dwayne's kills. It don't matter. Fawns, nanny does, granny does. I'm gonna look here. Some of y'all have sent me pictures. I just keep getting distracted, guys. I just keep looking. I just want to know who's gonna win. I can't stand to wait on things. You guys that way? I like to know what's gonna happen. I just can't stand it. So let's do this. Now, Thomas and Tommy Bowen came to our deer camp. First time ever. They just fit right in. They're just one of the guys. They're just 2 of us, right? That's just wrong. I don't know what I did there, Casey. If she's real scraggly, I'll wait until I do doe patrol to take her out. If I'm after meat, I'll take the younger one. Peabody's out of control. I live 10 minutes from there and we'll not hunt it. Listen, we love Peabody, but we go there in September, October, when we're the only ones there. No, I wasn't dissing Dwayne at all. I love Dwayne. He's one of my favorite humans. But I'm like him. I don't care. Small, big, does, buck, we don't care. Bass, crappie, we don't care. Keep them. More does I have, the longer my bucks stick around. See, Joe, my brother says that a little bit, but I just don't know anyone who knows a lot about deer that says that. I swear Mark Kenny is hunting here in November. It just makes sense to me that the less does you have, the more bucks are going to be chasing that doe. Those does. If you have 10 does per one buck, well, you're never going to have those bucks coming in. They just have so many options, like a buffet, right? You look and he's down here at this end. But if you only have, 2 does per buck, those bucks got to go looking. Yeah, Bub said the same thing. It just gets them on their feet, right? They don't have to travel to find, So anyway, I don't know. People have different, my brother's gotten to the point where he doesn't want to disturb. He's like, I just don't want to disturb what's going on. I have bucks coming in. But most of his bucks are coming into the night. And most of them are coming into corn piles. And you just kind of got to throw that out with the rut. It's unpredictable. So I'm like, hey, man, kill those does. They're going to come through. Listen, during the rut, they don't care about you at all. I saw the biggest deer, the biggest buck I've ever seen in my life. And now, look, you guys, I'm slowing down a little, I feel like. You guys, most of you have hunted way more than I have. Way more. But I saw the largest buck I've ever seen in my life last year. And I did everything but lasso that guy. And he didn't care that I was there at all. He just kept running after that doe, and he was massive. Absolutely massive. I yelled, I screamed, stomped my feet, jumped up and down, pulled my gun up like I was going to shoot him. Nothing. And so, I just think take those does out. That's what, if you talk to Kyle Sams, he would tell you kill does from September to January. Just get rid of them. They eat all your food. They eat all, they keep your bucks away. They do, it's just kind of a nuisance. And they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious. Let's see. So Tommy and Thomas, they came to deer camp. Wonderful guys. Thomas, the young one, I don't know. He's deer hunted off and on, I think Tommy said for 5 years, but he killed his first buck this year. Now this is a young Tommy's probably like, I don't know, 20, 22 years old, something like that. If I can figure out. There we go. So last week they were on the quota hunt and he got his first buck. Oh, what in the world? Yeah, he got his first buck. Now, he looks a little surprised right there. But look at that guy. We're just happy for him. First buck out of the way. The pressure's off. He doesn't have to really stress about killing a buck. Got his first one out of the way. The next one's going to be much easier. Just happy for him. Can't wait till he comes back to deer camp next year. And and thanks for sharing that, actually. Why is it? Let's keep going. Quota hunt buck. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I saw a lot of people say they went on the quota hunt and didn't see a whole lot. Didn't kill anything. Usually a lot of deer kill. We'll see. I wonder if the warm weather this week's going to keep people away. You think people won't go because it's too warm, right? I don't know. Something to think about. Let's see what else we got here. I keep getting notifications. Now, I love to watch when this time of year, when bucks just swell up. They just bulk up, look like the getting ready for Mr. Olympia. And then you get these, like this buck right here is not a big buck, but his neck is just filled. Look at that. Now that's in Ohio. But yeah, I mean, not his body. I mean, his neck's just about as big around as his torso. That's definitely not the biggest buck that Gary has on his camera. I tell you what, Paul Priest is here. Paul is here. He has 2 nice bucks. Paul, do you have any recent pictures? Are their necks just gigantic right now? Because, Paul, you might have the nicest bucks that anyone shares on here, coming in consistently like that. Yeah, James says, time to bring the cooler of ice to pack in the chest cavity with this heat. Yeah, you certainly can't. That's another thing. Like he's old, but he's not a, you're talking about this buck being old. He's not a big buck, though. I mean, I don't think so. Right? I'm going out of town to hunt this weekend. That's not too far away, but I'm like, what if I kill a doe on Saturday? Obviously, I want to finish. Let's say it's Saturday morning at 7:30. I kill a doe. She just comes running through like a dummy. Well, obviously, I want to stay and hunt the rest of the day, and I want to stay and hunt on Sunday. But it's not cold enough just to hang that doe up somewhere. I'm going to have to take, if I find her quickly, which is with a gun, I should find her immediately, right? I'm going to have to take hours to do what James just said: skin it, at least get her cut up to where I can put her in a cooler. But it just makes it's just an inconvenience. Let's see here. Dwayne says he's got the first 9 days of gun season off work. Hopefully I kill me a few deer. Absolutely, Dwayne. I hope you do too, my friend. Saturday morning should be good. Man, I hope so. Paul says he has so many issues with dogs running around. He can't get those big bucks on camera. Casey sent me a picture. I'll get to it, Casey. I got to get to Josh's too. Do you have a topper on your truck? I don't have a topper on my truck, but I tried to find a used one, man, and even a used one is outrageous. So I didn't buy one. Virgil says supposed to rain this weekend, but mid 60s, low 40s in Ohio at Peabody. I'll be down there. There you go. Rain don't bother me a bit. Doesn't bother me a bit. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Let's see what we got. Now Casey's got a big old buck here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it on the screen. Why does it keep doing that? Driving me nuts. Why is it? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. Having a hard time tonight, guys. Boom. This is when you need an extra person to talk while I'm trying to share. Where are you hunting, John? Steve, I'm going to hunt now. As of now, this could change, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hunt in Laurel County, Daniel Boone National Forest. A lot of good deer there. You just, not easy to find. That's a big old buck right there. Skinny antlers. Oops. Who was that from? Casey. Thanks, Casey. Let's get to a big old. Here's one that I think everyone here would enjoy if it walked out in front of them. Oh, this one's from 2021, so it's probably not alive. That's a good looking buck, don't you think? Don't you think that's a good one? That one's got pretty markings too on it. Philip says, yo, what's going on, fellas? Trump's ahead. I'm pumped. Where though, Philip? Because I keep looking back here at my TV. If you see me looking, it's at the TV. Bernie Sanders won. God, he's old. He's ahead in the Electoral College. But is he ahead where it really matters? Is he? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's get some more of these pictures up here, then we'll call it a night. We will call it a night. Let's see here. I got to get to my buddy Josh here. What did I do with that one? Let's see. I've got so many here. If you just send them to me, I apologize. I'm trying to get to them. I don't think I sent that one to myself with Josh. We got to get Josh's daughter on here. You got to celebrate the youth. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hold on. All right. Now I got it. Josh Teeter, you still on here? So this is, zoom out a little. This is Josh Teeter's daughter. There we go. Look at that. What was that, Josh? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it an 11-pointer, Josh? And Josh can tell us more about this. Isn't that nice? Can we just congratulate his daughter there? Excellent, excellent, excellent buck. Was that a quota hunt buck, Josh, or did you guys just go out? How close to other people's stands? Oh, this is a question, Steve, that I kind of experienced this weekend. We'll talk about it. Hannity just made a prediction that he's going to take North Carolina and basically said she has to sweep the blue wall. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, excellent deer. Absolutely excellent deer. Joe says he has 5 shooters hanging around, 2021 pictures of buck that's still. Oh, wow. So that's buck still around. Has he gotten smaller, Joe? All right, so here's a question that Steve asked. How close to other people's stands would you hunt on public land? So I went close to my house Saturday night. I went to public land. I was wanting to go to a place where I could hunt a pinch point where the fence is down and the deer cross the fence from private land to public. I was just hoping. It was Saturday night. I was hoping deer were moving. It was really warm. I just wanted to catch a doe because, like some of you said, I just need to kill something, get it in the freezer, be able, like my buddy at work brought some summer sausages this week. He brought some deer jerky. I just need to get some things moving. My girls like it, right? All that. So I got up. I saw 2 trucks in the parking lot when I got to public land. This is 140 acres, so I didn't want to walk in on anyone. So I literally, instead of going straight to where I was going to hunt, I took the long, long way around. I walked all the way. I was trying to have good hunter etiquette. I walked all the way around the edge of the property, along the fence line. I cut up the hill. I get to the top, and I'm probably 150, 200 yards from where I want to hunt, but probably 80 yards from me was a blind. I stopped. I didn't know if anyone was in it, but again, I know there were 2 trucks down in the parking lot. It did have the flaps, the windows open, so I couldn't see a person in it, but it was there. So here's my dilemma. I didn't want to hunt where they were hunting. I thought they were too close down this way. I wanted to hunt about 150 yards past them, which I think is plenty because I'm hunting literally the other side of the property. But the only way to get there was I had 2 choices. Go all the way back down, walk all the way back around the other way up the hill, which probably would have taken me 30, 45 minutes, or walk in front of the blind, which is just a jerk move, right? To walk in front of someone's blind. It has happened to me, not from my blind. It's happened to me while I've been hunting before on public land. So I backed out and I dropped down the ridge and I just hunted a field edge. I had my grab and go blind. I just put it up. I knew my chances of having a deer come through there were very slim, but I just didn't want to walk in front of them. What would you guys have done? It's public land. Could I have walked in front of them? Totally. I own that space just as much as they do. I just didn't feel right about it. Steve, what would you have done? Would you have walked in front of them? Would you have taken the long way back around and probably may have bumped something, or probably would have just wasted time? I don't know. What would you guys do? I'm just curious. Josh's daughter shot that buck at 21 yards with a crossbow. He was kind of a bonus buck. The neighbor a mile away had him all summer and up to 3 days before she killed him. Well, she did an excellent job. You should be very proud. I'm sure you are. James says, I'd say it's more about being still. Either should work as long as we are breaking up our face. So here's a good question. Is it better to use a face mask or face paint? I lean towards face paint, especially during the summer months. Well, probably about 3 weeks ago, I went to Fort Knox. I was using face. I couldn't find my mask. I got my face paint out. All I had was green. The black was out. The gray was out. So I just painted my whole face green and just trying to cover up all this whiteness, right? And I had my ghillie suit on and all this was green. I looked ridiculous, but I didn't see a deer. Now, last weekend, or the weekend before this past one, I went out to my brother's. I was 30 yards from a corn pile that I was hunting over. And I had a mask up to here, and I had a ghillie suit that came right over my cap. And I probably had 4 or 5 deer that walked into the corn pile. They stared right at me, and they never saw me. They saw me. They had no idea what I was. I was sitting up against a tree, had my knees up, had my crossbow in my lap, had my ghillie suit on, had a mask pulled up, and they looked at me. I mean, one small buck stood there and looked at me. He probably stood there 20 minutes in that corn, and he probably looked at me 6 to 8 times, and I just had to sit still, which is, guys, for me, I cannot sit still. I can't stand sitting still, and it was miserable for 20 minutes. But he looked at me probably 6, maybe 10 times, I don't know, and never knew what I was. So I would say face mask, but I just, I got a big, strong nose. I got a big white face. I'm just trying to cover it up. Steve said, I might have walked in front. Kind of depends on the exact property setup. Man, I wanted to walk in front, but I didn't, Steve. And I don't regret it. I will say, when I got back, I left a little early because I had to get home a little early. I left probably 30 minutes before shooting light was out. So right at dark, they were already gone. So they may not have even been in the blind, Steve. I may have settled for a worse spot for no reason. I don't know. Scott Rose says Mark Lilly is collecting roadkill for sausage and burger again. Hey, hard times, buddy. Hard times. Depending on how this election goes, we all might be collecting roadkill. Thanks, Paul. I felt like I did the right thing. I've seen people set up right off trails before, and if I'm going farther, I'm just going to keep walking past them. No. Now I agree with that. Steve. If this would have been a large WMA and there's someone set up where I have to walk through, they're just going to get mad. If I'm going past them. Now, if this would have been in the morning, like if it was 6 a.m., it didn't get dark. Let's say it was 5:30 a.m. and there was daylight didn't start till 6:30, I probably would have just kept walking past them. But this was like 3:30. And so I felt like if I walked through at 3:30, maybe that was a little too close for comfort there. I don't know. They were gone before I was, so they may have not even been in there. But, I don't think deer have excellent vision, but they are excellent at detecting movement. Right, exactly. Those deer were staring straight at me, and I just stood there staring at them. And when they put their head down, if I need to move, I'd just slowly move a little bit. And then when they look at me, I would just, again, stare at them. And it worked. Philip says, I would have left as soon as I saw the 2 trucks. Here's the thing. I had my daughters this weekend. My sister is babysitting. I was going to have dinner with somebody right after, so I had to come home and take a shower. I didn't have much of a window, Philip, and I didn't want to go back home. So I just sat down and hoped something would come through. Now, I sat down off of 2 trails that converged and come out to the field. So it's not like deer wasn't traveling there at all. It was just they were probably not traveling during the daylight because I've had cameras all over that place, and there's not been a deer killed on that WMA this year, I'll tell you that. Steve says, do you have to have an orange hat on a blind only during gun season? If you're on an archery-only WMA, which I was on this weekend on Saturday night, you don't have to have any orange. It's archery only. Now, if it's muzzleloader season, late muzzleloader you can use there, yeah, but you don't have to have any orange on archery only. if it's deer and gun season, you're on private land or on a WMA where you can gun hunt, you do have to have something orange on your blind. Yes. How large of a section of orange? I don't know, but you do have to have it. Virgil says you can get by with their eyes and ears, but never their nose. Right. My wind was bad one day last week, and it just screwed me, man. Like, I just couldn't. I didn't have another place to set up. This was on Josh's property. I did not have another place to set up. And the wind just got me. They started blowing at me before I even saw them. My beard is getting wider than my face. I'm gonna have to. There you go. Just for men, Tim. You're gonna have to do just for men. Maybe you can take some pictures of you in your saddle. Then you can use some just for men. Maybe you get an endorsement. Maybe you get a deal there, Tim. Right? Yeah. See, Tommy said just for men works pretty good. And if you look at his profile picture, Tommy's not. I don't know how he knows because his is almost white too. Mine's getting there. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, I'm getting some of that too. I'm getting old. But let's see. Do we have another photo coming in, my man? All right, we'll show this, and then it's 9:58, and I just keep seeing this TV. It's getting closer in Pennsylvania. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, Chris has a. This is always fun. It's always fun to do this. Let's look at this. This is a good one to end the night on. White beard means wisdom. There you go. Steve said, I saw a YouTube video where a guy said he poured doe piss in a scrape on Kentucky Public. I thought that wasn't allowed. Technically, it's not, Steve. Technically, it's not because it's an attractant. You're trying to attract a buck to that scrape. So, yeah, you're right. Not technically. It's not. It's not allowed. Do people do it? You see those little white wicks on every public land you go to, but you're not supposed to do it. You're right. Do I do it? I don't. I don't do it. That's true. All right. So Chris says, what is this? What is that light? I mean, that's a light, right, Chris? Was there somebody with you? I'm guessing that looks like Chris right there. What is that? What do y'all think that is? Any guesses? You by yourself? Stalked by a bobcat? That'd been cool if just a picture of it just leaping at Chris with it. Casey says skinwalker. I don't know what that is, but it sounds scary. A spotlight. See, it looks like just a light, but he was by himself. He's on private. It's not a reflection. What do you think that is? Any good guesses? It might be. I don't know. It looks like whatever it is. Maybe it's like two eyes and it's just blurred into one. I don't know what it could be, honestly. It's definitely a mystery. Maybe a cell tower, UFO, raccoon going up a tree. That's what I'm thinking. It's something like a raccoon, and where the picture's a little blurry, so both those little beady eyes are just blurred together. That's what I would guess too. I would guess it's a raccoon where the eyes are blurred. The question is, are you going back? Are you going to go back in the dark? You can't say, you guys know, you go in there in the dark, pitch black in the dark early in the morning, or you leave pitch black late at night. Sometimes it gets a little creepy. No matter how many times you've done it, sometimes it just gets a little eerie. Especially the first time you ever hear a bobcat squealing in the middle of the night. Holy cow. You get up out of those woods quick. But Chris, thanks for sharing. I don't know what it is, but I tell you what, I hope you're safe next time. Fellas, it's been fun. Didn't have as many people on tonight, obviously, because of the election. A little distracted tonight because of the election. I tell you what, it's a heck of a week for deer hunters. November 5th, tomorrow's the 6th, 7th, 8th. 9th and 10th gun season coming up. It's what most of us have been waiting on all year. Not me, really, but it's what a lot of deer hunters have been waiting on this weekend. You're going to wake up Saturday morning. It's just going to feel different. The air is going to feel different. It's going to smell different. It just is gun season. It's such a tradition. It's such an important time in Kentucky. And I hope you guys have a blast. And I hope you guys just absolutely get it done this week. Joe wants to know how many comments, Joe. I can just tell you there's not 500. Definitely not 500. But I will check for you, Joseph. There is 220. We fell very short tonight, Joe. I know I would, but guess what? We'll be back next week. Some of you guys are going to go out here this weekend. You're going to kill a big buck, and we're going to share it next weekend, okay? Hey, maybe it'll be me. Probably not, but I'm going to give it my best. Love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.